Saturday, October 29, 2011. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my 1972 Mercedes 220 diesel. Just from what I saw when I bought the car a year and a half ago, that I have a leaky primer pump, which is that circle you see down there. So I'm going to be taking that out. That's the old style pump. With the old style pump you see down there, you actually have to unscrew the cap, pull it up, and then use it like a plunger. And this here is the newer pump. It's an upgrade. I bought this for a previous diesel of mine, and I never installed it. Should be compatible though, so in order to get to this, I'm going to first have to take some things out of the way. First thing I'm going to do right here is take the battery out of the car. Okay, the battery's out of the way now, so I'm going to have to get this part here out of the way. This is a Diesel Ease fuel heater. And this here obviously is not a stock piece. This is an aftermarket add-on by a previous owner. I'm going to keep it, although I may relocate it at a later date. But anyhow, it's kind of in my way at the moment, so what I'm most likely going to do is release the fuel filter there at that hose connection. Okay, I have this all held out of the way right here with a bungee cord, and I did get a couple of drips there from the fuel filter, so there is diesel going through the lines, even though it is really old. So next I need to take this this curved pipe off, and I checked that's a 17mm wrench on, see if I can show you the fitting, on this fitting down here. So I'm going to do that. Now that that curved pipe is out of the way, I have to remove one more fitting, and that's this fitting down here, which looks to be 19mm. Let's see if I can get maybe a socket on that, at which point I'll just unscrew the pump here and put the new one on. Okay, I have the that one fitting off there on the right side, so I just need to I'm actually going to have to remove the banjo fitting on the left side here, and it looks like it's another 19mm bolt. Okay, I got the banjo fitting out of the way, and then I had trouble fitting a wrench on the lower part of the primer pump there, mostly because the battery tray and other items here in the 220 are getting in the way. So I followed a tip I got online, slipped a pair of vice grips around there, and I was able without much trouble to loosen up the pump there. As you can see, it's moving nice now, so I'm going to take the vice grips off, unscrew that by hand, and then put in the new pump. Okay, I got the primer pump out, and I have the old one and the new one here side by side, new one on the left, and you can see that the fittings there are the same size, even though the new primer pump itself is actually smaller and more compact. So at this point, I'm going to have to pick up that copper washer you just heard me drop there. But at this point, assembly is reverse of disassembly. I have the new primer pump screwed in now by hand, and it'll take a 17mm wrench to tighten that up. But I really don't think I'm going to have any problem getting a 17mm wrench on there. There's more clearance now with the new primer pump, so I'm going to tighten that up, then put everything else back together. One more tip, the fitting on the new pump is 17mm, but I found it actually easier to tighten it up with the with the adjustable wrench here, because as you can see, it's quite a bit shorter than the 17mm wrench, and this will clear the frame rails, that one not so much. So the pump is tightened up now, so I'm going to put everything else back in. Okay, everything's back together, battery's in, and the fuel system is primed. I was able to feel increased pressure on the pump there, and I saw bubbles going through, so through the clear plastic hose there. So I believe I'm done here, and Hopefully the car will start, but that'll be a separate video.